the whole day.
I know, that's so weird they changed it. They changed that with you guys now too then.
Okay.
Huh.
Oh, it's so cold back here. Okay. We are switching these around.
Uh-oh.
So, huh?
I said, uh-oh.
That first one that we made it through, Hibob. And we switched all of those prefixes around to follow the correct order, which in this one we just had the D and the S nominalizer reverse. So it's Hibob. And what does that mean?
No, I'm not going to Hebrew.
I'm not going to Hibob. I'm not going to go to Hibob. I'm not going to go to Everett. Okay, next one. This next sentence. Does anybody want to try to read that one?
Which one?
Starts with the us, the next sentence.
Oh. Si Paula twalti du bolt.
What's going on with that one? A lot. So much, man. So for our order of prefixes,
Wait.
order of prefixes, what's going on?
The us and what?
The us and the la. Which one would you use and why? Oh gosh, it's so cold back here. Which one would you use for oh?
La?
La. How come la?
It's place to place.
Place to place. It's an action that takes you from place to place. Oh is not a state of being, and it's not a body position. And the la fits really good with that one because it's Paula is doing what? Going to where?
Was that the casino?
No. Ashabalt. You're observing. So that's what we're using for movie theater on the list. I would also be able to argue. Sorry, guys. I'm so tired. I would also argue, if I pronounce it correctly, I would argue.
I do that all the time.
That could be like a stadium.
Ooh, my bones are cracking too.
Mine do the same thing.
That was my back. I know. That's what happens. Crack up. Rice Krispies. Sorry.
Snap, crackle, and pop.
Sorry. Okay.
For the Dutch Shabout, we're using that for movie theater. It could also be the stadium because you're going to observe a game. The movies is where you observe a movie. So based on context, whatever was being talked about, either Paula's going to the stadium to go watch the game or she's going to the movie theater. But we did determine that we're not going to use...
Really, I'm hungry.
We're not going to use us.
So sorry. Not doing this on purpose. My body.
Refusing to listen.
Yeah.
Did you say you're hungry?
Her stomach is
My
growling.
yeah, her stomach growled.
We have some snacks if you want some snacks.
There's some fruit in there.
Yes, there's fruit. There's chips.
That's hilarious.
All right, next one. See? Snap, snap. My knees.
Yes, in front of Glee. Right?
Yeah, go ahead and read that one.
Que quiz gua twalti de no chalabal.
Hey, so as this one's written, Hue qui suguat a twalti da shabalt. There's another issue with this one that is not a part of this, although we're focusing on the prefixes. And I'm only going to bring this up because I want us to make sure that we have that little intro of understanding. If you have an S nominalizer, so first we're going to put this in the right order. Where would the S go? If you have an S nominalizer, you need to have a possessive too. Because when we break it down, there is not the going to the movie theater, but then we're like, who are you talking about? Who's the possessive? There is not the going of me. There is not my going. There is not your going. There's not our going. So all of those possessives would need to be a part of this. And I'm assuming that since nobody else is named, we could be talking about him. She is not going. He is not going. They are not going. So if you have that S nominalizer, you're going to need that possessive. So you would add that S too. Hue qui guas as twalti da shabalt. Or hue qui guas a si joya twalti da shabalt. Hue qui guas a chas twalti da shabalt. Hue qui guads oh wait, what else? Now that I've been saying that over and over, what else is wrong? What else is wrong? Notice how this one, oh, twalti, ahibol.
Oh, okay. The is wrong.
No, that's not wrong. What don't we want in here? If we're going to use
12.
Mm-hmm. 12T. So we're not going to use that. Because when you're using that's already saying going to a specific destination. So you just name that destination. So with you're not going to use 12T. I'm catching up, guys. I'm catching up. I'm so tired today.
It happens to all of us.
I was doing that right after work, and then I went down to culture night, and Joya got to see me do the
Tame My Wild.
go.
TV
Yeah,
box?
yeah. It was crazy when I got there. The kids were running everywhere. They were.
He was definitely one of them.
They were doing the free for all, and there was a lot of them. And right when I walked in, they were like, "Oh, thank God you're here," and I'm like, "I'm not a babysitter." Like, you're looking at me like I'm the babysitter.
I get tired of my own kids already.
But it was fun. The kids had fun. So yeah, I went from work to that to there. Then I had to go home and cook dinner. Does anybody feel sorry for me yet?
Yeah.
Can I take a nap and you guys just, you guys just do this?
We'll use the app.
Yes. For those tuning in, just to make sure that I say it, there is no class on Monday for a very sacred event called Tribal Bingo. That'll give everybody the chance to figure out what session they go to, and yeah. So I will not be here that day. Moving on to this one. What is this one? Uchalcha. You were like, what's wrong with this? What should it be? No. 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 Prefix. This is attached.
What?
Yep. Us, la, u. Which prefix should be there? The us prefix. Yeah. Us chalcha. That u threw you off.
It really did.
Us chalcha. And what is this asking? How are you? So we're not doing that one. How are you? Us walk will chud. But this answer, what's going on with this answer? Let obilchud. This
It's supposed to be us.
it's
Obilchud.
it's another us. Us obil. This one would be like, I don't know, when I try to imagine that love from place to place, it's like I'm going along doing just fine. Let obil chud. Here you go, Melissa.
What?
There's your ooh. So what's going on with our Yep. So this is getting moved over. Ah-oo, quad bead. What do we know about this ooh?
It's a yes or no question.
It's a yes or no question. And where is it at in the sentence? Second, unless
We're talking about something specifically.
there's a cha word.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was going to be my next guess.
So when this stands alone, that's when it's the yes or no question. When it's attached to a verb, that's the prefix. And that prefix, let's do our little pop quiz. What is this prefix? Feelings. Body position. Yep. What's this one? My tummy's like. I told Thomas I wasn't hungry, and now my stomach's like, girl, girl, you messed up. So what is la?
A movement from place to place.
Movement from place to place. It can also be a series of actions. And I'll try to find a good example for this being used as a series of actions. But most commonly, that's where we see that the movement is going from point A to point B. And then the u prefix. This will be your example.
Action and task beginning and action in a limited space.
Hey, yep. So I'm walking in place. This is my limited space. So I could ooh a bush. or I can la ebush. Which what I do around the classroom isn't really la ebush. There's like a whole nother word for that because that could be like ebi bush, like from Minkin to Tika. I'm la ebi bush, la ebi bush. I'm just kind of walking around, not necessarily from point A to point B. So this prefix, action in a limited space, or an activity that has a beginning and an end. Cooking, reading, cleaning, talking. Those are the first ones that come to the top of my head. So we looked at prefixes. What's the difference between these two words? What is a? Go
To a specific place.
to a specific place. Go to a specific destination. So whatever comes after that is the place that you're going to. Whereas oh
An area.
just means go. It just means go. You could just say ocha, go now. Guanden. So if you want to name where somebody's going, that's where you're going to need the 12T and then the place. Okay, let's look at some possessives. What is this one? My. This one.
Yours.
This one.
Our. You folks.
Y'alls, your guyses, you folkses, however you want to do the plural. And then this one. His, hers, or theirs. There's also utty or utsy. So this is the named possessive. Utty Brian, utsy Odessa. So these ones, I also want you to remember that this possessive is equal to the apostrophe S. Odessa's chair. Brian's car. You're going to have that apostrophe S in English. That's going to let you know that it's an utty. So a couple of prefixes, some of our possessives. We were focusing on the difference between go to a specific destination, or just go in general and how you would use it if you were naming the place. We just reviewed the oo. Oo goes second in the sentence unless there's a cha word. So let's look at also, this is just like an impromptu review. Do you guys remember what this question, what stab means? What? So we have what. How. What. How. When we were counting, we went over quaid. How many? Guat.
What? So what? No.
You were thinking of what's your name, right?
Yeah, that's what.
But when we ask that culturally, what are we asking? That's our hint for this one. Who? 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 So culturally, when we say guak quadsta, we're not just asking what is your name. We're asking like who is you? Who is your name? Who did it belong to? Who is your family? So culturally, introducing ourselves is this big, huge process of getting to know each other and seeing if we have any of those connections. And then we did the standalone oo. Notice I don't have this. I don't have this. So this is standing alone. And what is this one? Yes or no questions. Just like you had the column, of prefixes, you're not going to be using these together. You're going to choose which type of question you're asking. So, and I think one of the most common ones that gets confused is uschal. Uschal means, it really means, how is something? Uschal tiat slachel, how is the weather? Uschal chuf, how are you? So this uschal encompasses that question of asking how something is. There's another one that we haven't had a chance to go over. Asached. We haven't gone over that one yet, but just to add it to our list of questions. This one is why. Asached. And that's what I named a nephew, because he forever is one of those kids that comes up and they're like, why? 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 So I nicknamed him Asached. This is the one that has either second in a sentence or third, or it gets bumped to third. The rest of these question formats start out with the question. Stab quadzuhoi, stab tiat, us chalcha, us chaltiat slachil, quaid quadtala, quaidilt ti kapo, guak quadsta, guak quila talawil, asached quadafu chab, asached quidafuits, qui guas quuksut. I had to add the S. But all of these other questions, they start out with these words. Our ooh question marker is the one that does throw us off, because even though it's a question, it can get bumped to second or third when we use it. All right. Anything else we should add up there for review? Okay, we're going to move on. Oh, wait. No, we're not. We still had more questions. Okay, hold up, guys.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Hold up.
It was a little slow motion.
Huh?
No, and I just started dancing. But, well, it wasn't a dance. It was like a head bob.
Was it because of the hold up, wait a minute?
Yeah. Are you guys going to bingo?
Wait,
What?
I don't know.
Going to the what?
Bingo.
Brie and I are going to the. Okay, that's us.
Kane gets to go to his first bingo session.
Yay! Oh, cool.
Okay, what did I miss? What did we get to? Quad. Ilt bead.
Wood, quill bead.
me.
And some bacon and cereal earlier. Just must be a hungry day.
That's
Haven't
weird
had
because I
anything.
smelled bacon.
Yeah.
As
Did
soon
you?
as you said that, I smelled bacon. I was like,
I woke up like not too long ago, and so I haven't eaten anything. I'm normally not like hungry when I first wake up, and so I just go without eating breakfast most of the time.
Oh. Well, I guess there's some days I don't, but I try to eat breakfast.
But yeah, no,
I
it's
wake up
catching up to me now.
starving.
me too.
Sometimes I'm not though.
For like a second there, I was like, I've had something today, but no, I didn't. I like woke up, took a shower, and I was like, all right, I'm off to class. Bye, guys. Nothing. Now I gotta think about where I'm gonna go eat.
Lynette's having a sale. She's doing 2 pieces of chicken legs with macaroni salad and beans for $10, or she's doing a res burger or a res dog.
Realizing anxiety. She don't know where she lives.
Shaker Church Road.
So I was trying to get salsa from her the other day, and it turns out that one of my youth council kids got the last 2, and I was on my way. I had just gotten the chips from Chris's store, and I told her that I missed out on it, and that yesterday at Earth Day, and she was like, "That was me." She's like, "I grabbed the last 2." I was like, "Well, at least it went to Sabelder's." Like,
Yeah, I love
was
her
it you?
ceviche.
yeah, super bomb.
Is
I don't know why I gave so much space on this first one. Huequi guad ilbi. Remember, looking at these, make corrections if necessary. If necessary. Do we need to make any changes to that one? Nope. It's in the right order. And what does it say?
No,
Huequi guad ilbi.
I don't have car.
I don't have a car. Okay. Llwch chad obalt. Llwch chad obalt. What's going on with this one?
Shouldn't that be a lot?
It could be a llwch. Because it's, I'm going to go.
Oh, okay.
But I want you to remember,
Is it
What are you saying right now?
you could either switch it to I mean, this, in my defense, this one isn't saying a specific one.
or 12?
So if we're using this, then we need
12.
twalti. And where would that go?
To 12T.
Yep.
It'll be. Oh. Oh, yeah.
Obalt.
Obalt.
Obalt. Yep. So if you're going to use oh,
You just make it bigger.
if you're going to use oh, you want to use twalti. If you're going to use you don't need twalti. This one, this next one, us lluyayus ti pita, ti all duff lliguit. I don't even know what that word's supposed to be. I'm wondering if it's supposed to be the duff ashguish, and there was just a typo. I've had, yeah, I think it's supposed to be ashguish. Yes, it's my fake teeth, my bridge. It's been hurting. I haven't taken anything for it today. So what are we doing with that one? Us lluyayus ti pita, ti all duff lliguish. I'm gonna fix this one. Ashguish. Duff ashguish. So we're talking about a gas station. Us lluyayus ti pita? T all duff ashquish.
Do you work at? Or wait, what?
Asluyayus tipita alti duff ashquish.
Are they trying to ask if they work at the gas station?
I don't see an ooh in there, so I don't think it's a question.
Oh, I think I was looking at the 3 here.
Oh.
To see if the S needs to be there or if I need to switch it. Or if it's right.
Shu us? No. Shu.
Which prefix would you use for work?
Ooh.
Ooh. So we're going to switch that to ooh. Is that Michelle? Or is that John?
Sounds like John.
Hachata. So we're going to say uyayus.
Oh, you're taking it all out.
We'll take it all away. Otherwise, shluyayus, if we just use the shlu, that would mean this person is going to work. What else? Apologies to those tuning in. That was probably really loud. Uyayus tipita. That's good.
12T?
No, he just works. Now we're naming where he works.
Oh, okay.
It's this right here. What's going on with this?
All
Is it?
T.
All T. So just getting those put in the right place. Uyayus tipita alti daf ashgui. Uyayus tipita alti daf ashgui. So what's happening with that sentence? How are we translating that?
No, Peter works at the gas station.
Hey. Uyayus tipita, Peter works, alti daf ashguish, at the gas station. Okay, next one. Lat'a saplalt chud. Lat'a saplalt chud. I'm gonna let you know lat'a is good, cause it's the going. Lat'a.
Chats.
Yeah. Lat'a chud. More often than not, we're going to continue to have our chud second. There were variances that they had done taud, like it combined the and the location, but that's for things like taud, going to town, takta, going to the doctor. So you could say takta chud. But the understanding is that that's condensed into one word, not spaced out like this one was spaced out. Latagwaf chud. Latagwaf chud. I don't know. I kind of feel like this is me. I feel like I go along being hungry. Astagwaf. I do feel like I'm hungry all the time. Except for the one time that Thomas asked me if I was hungry right before he left to get lunch. And silly me said no.
Finally just flip it on him. He should have known.
He should have known. Hopefully he just grabs me something. Hopefully he knows me well enough to know my order. No. Okay, we're doing some more review on this next page, the conversation between Mary and Tom. So actually, Uhoya Chush for those tuning in live, because what I'm going to have you guys do is look this over and try to piece together what you guys do know, even if it's writing one word or asking me if there's a word. But for those tuning in, we're not going to have that much more of a discussion. So we can, Uhoya Chush, we can be done.